Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I am Oshean, and in this channel I talk a lot about personal finance, some tech that can help you, lifestyle hacks, and whatnots. So you know what guys, in my channel, lagi kong sinasabi and I always advocate na gamitin nyo yung credit cards ninyo wisely. I made a lot of videos about credit cards, credit management. I made a whole playlist of it, and if you want to watch it, feel free to watch it here. I'll just put it here on the screen. Lagi ko ring sinasabi na ang credit cards natin, these are double-edged swords. Either it can help us or it could break us. Of course, I'm here to tell you guys na dun tayo sa side na tutulungan tayo ng credit cards natin. So in today's video guys, I will share to you kung ano ba yung mga credit card fees that we should avoid as much as possible. Also take note guys that I will not be sharing the specific fees of each banks kasi masyadong marami yun at hindi tayo matatapos. And also always check with your bank if how much yung mga specific credit card fees, because it might vary again depending on the bank and on the credit card that you have. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So the first one that we have here is our annual fees. Now very common. Lahat tayo may annual fees when we have our credit cards, and we can consider our annual fees as our membership fees by having these credit cards. So our annual fees would depend on the bank, of course, and the type of credit card that we have. The higher the tier the credit cards we have, mas mahal yung annual fees na babayaran natin. Most of the credit cards here in the annual fees usually waived ang first year natin upon issuing sa atin ng ating mga credit cards. Libre po yung first year. But after 1 year, that's when the time that we should pay our annual fees. So the good news naman guys is that there are some credit cards na no annual fee for life, such as yung mga Citibank credit cards, and we also have Security Bank's Next Mastercard. So if you guys want to apply for a Security Bank credit card, please, you can use my link down below. Baka malay nyo higher chances of winning or getting that credit card. But yeah, I have a link down below and feel free to use it. Aside from credit cards having no annual fee for life promos, there are actually ways for you to be able to waive your annual fees by just calling your bank kapag na-bill na yung annual fee ninyo sa mga billing statements ninyo. And most of the time, they will waive it as long as one, you don't have outstanding balances, and number two, you're at good credit standing, and number three, you don't have any delinquent records on your credit card. So the second that we have in our list is gambling fees. So guys, kapag ginagamit niyo yung credit card niyo sa mga casinos or anything na pangsugal, i-charge kayo ng bank ninyo ng gambling fee. Usually, malaki yon, parang I think per transaction whenever you transact with casinos. So they will charge it per transaction every time that you're using your credit card. And to be honest guys, if I were you, just don't use your credit card on gambling because gambling is not a very healthy financial lifestyle. Okay lang naman siguro na parang itry mo lang siya once just to have a good sense of how it works. But after that, please don't get addicted, and wag rin kayong maniniwala sa beginner's luck kasi hindi rin totoo yun. Hindi included sa gambling fees, as far as I know, when you use your credit card to purchase in-app purchases or for gacha games. I'm telling you guys, please don't use your credit cards on these kinds of transactions kasi baka ma-addict kayo at masira lang ang records nyo sa banks. Please save yourself from that trouble. Or just better yet, don't use your credit cards for gambling, as in don't use it at all. So the next fees that we might want to avoid when you're using our credit cards is what we call the multiple payment fees. Alam nyo guys, recently ko lang na-discover to. So apparently, there are some banks that will charge you multiple payment fees. So ano ba itong mga multiple payment fees na to? When you're paying your credit card bills, not just once, during one billing cycle, pwedeng 2 times or 3 times. So the second or the third time na bayaran mo siya, like say for example, hindi mo nabayaran ng buo yung credit card mo dun sa first payment mo, so you want to pay like the half of it even before the deadline. So pwede kayong charge ng multiple payment fees. So unfortunately, lugi to sa mga tao na medyo iba yung style kapag magbabayad sila ng mga bills nila. Like they prefer paying it on time. Say I used my credit card today and I want to pay it later. So medyo lugi ka doon kapag may multiple payment fees yung credit card mo. But the good news guys is that not all credit cards or not all banks are issuing multiple payment fees. Like for example, yung card ko again, Security Bank is actually not issuing multiple payment fees, and I think Union Bank is also not charging multiple payment fees. So if you guys want to have a credit card na very comfortable kayo on paying them like after you use it, then get a credit card without multiple payment fees. So the next credit card fees that we might want to avoid is yung tinatawag na cash advance fees. Medyo common knowledge guys that we can actually use our credit cards if we want to withdraw money from ATMs. But again, it's not advisable kasi sobrang lugi ka kapag nag-withdraw ka ng pera sa credit card. Usually, may charge yun na 3.5% or it really depends on the bank and on the card kapag nag-withdraw ka ng pera using your credit card. So in order to avoid this, kung meron ka mga purchase na pwede naman siyang straight payment instead of withdrawing money, then use your credit card instead, or better yet, don't use your credit card at all, and if you have that cash to pay that item that you want to purchase, then use that cash instead. So the next in our list is yung tinatawag natin na charge slip retrieval fee. So guys, there are some cases na minsan hindi naman talaga maiiwasan na nagkakaroon tayo ng mga weird transactions when we see our billing statements or our online billing cycle statements. So kapag minsan feeling natin may isang item doon na, oh, this is weird, I didn't buy this or didn't purchase this at all. So sometimes you might need to ask for what we call a charge slip sa banks natin. So para padalhan nila tayo, for each charge slip na i-request natin sa kanila, may corresponding fee yun. So again, depende yun sa bank. Some banks would charge you for like, I think 200 or 100 pesos per charge slip. So para lang ma-verify kung ikaw ba talaga yung gumawa ng transaction na yun. So in order for you guys to avoid these retrieval fees, simple lang, huwag kayong hihingi ng charge slip sa banks ninyo. So what you need to do is that you track everything that you're spending using your credit card. I personally have my own system. What I do is that I just put them everything in a Google Sheets, and kapag tinatamad ako, pwede kong gamitin lang yung online platform or yung online portal ng credit card ko, and then I just download my statements there, and para aware ako kung ano ba yung mga ginagastos ko when I'm using my credit card. So another credit card fee that you guys might want to avoid is yung tinatawag natin na late payment fees. So from the word itself, late payment. So kapag late ka nagbayad ng credit card mo, they will charge you a late payment fee on top of the interest that your current bill will incur. So for example, kung yung interest ng credit card niyo is 3.5% per month, on top of the 3.5%, meron ka pang babayaran na late payment fees. Usually mahal din yon, para mga nasa 500 if I'm not mistaken. Again, it really depends on the bank and on the credit card that you have. The next fee that I'm going to share to you naman guys is that recently ko lang na-discover. So yun yung tinatawag natin na pre-termination fees. So minsan, kapag kunwari bumibili tayo ng items and then we opted to pay them through installment, and if we want them to pre-terminate them, say we want to pay it already in full, so what banks would usually do is that they can charge you a pre-termination fee. So just to be sure, always check your terms and conditions with your banks when you sign that form before you get your credit card, para malaman mo kung nag-charge ba yung credit card mo or yung bank mo ng pre-termination fees when you have installments. So the last in our list is yung tinatawag natin na overlimit fees. So guys, when we're issued a credit card, usually meron yung corresponding na credit limit, right? So for example, I have a credit limit of say 20,000 pesos. If I exceed that 20,000 pesos, pwede akong i-chargean ng bangko ko ng tinatawag na overlimit fees. Sometimes, or there are some banks who do not charge overlimit fees, but what they do is that if a person is going to use their credit card, so automatic na nagde-decline na yung transaction, so that hindi na kayo ma-charge ng overlimit fees. But again guys, to avoid this, please do not maximize your credit card. If you have a credit limit of say 20,000 pesos, do not maximize that 20,000 pesos. Instead, just use 5 to 10% or siguro kahit up to 50% of your credit limit. Actually, no. I'd say golden rule talaga is 10 to 30%, no? So, hindi gusto ng banks kapag minamax out ninyo yung credit cards ninyo. What you can also do to avoid these overlimit fees is that if you can contact your own bank and tell them na kung pwede, bigyan kayo ng limit na say, for example, kapag na nag-exceed na kayo ng 30%, i-decline na agad yung transaction para aware din kayo na, oy, okay, nag-exceed na ako doon sa aking limit that I set with my bank. And with that, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you find value again on this video, please do not forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel and click the bell button beside it so that you will be notified whenever I have a new video. Alright? So again, use your credit card wisely and I hope na makatulong sa'yo yung credit cards mo on your everyday usage, on your everyday expenses, and sana get those points kasi maganda talaga ang mga rewards ng ating credit cards. And with that, don't forget, the more you learn, the more you earn. See you again soon. Peace out.